Hey everyone, and welcome to the Tesla Daily Investor. It is Tuesday, 15th of April 2025, and it's around 7:20 here in London. And I'm gonna update you on my portfolio and some of the moves that I've made in this market to try to make my portfolio more tax efficient and to make some extra contributions. So before I do that, I just wanted to share my portfolio performance at the moment. So as you can see, the money weighted rate of return is minus 42.46. So my portfolio has taken a big hit. It's down like nearly half, and just a few weeks ago it was down around 70%. So things are starting to turn around. So it's looking very promising. Hopefully once we break even, I should be around 200k, and once the bull run starts, you never know, it might go up to 500k, which is why it's important to make as much invest as much money as I can right now. So I just wanted to share that with you, and then I wanted to share my portfolio. So obviously, I have a GIA account, an ISA account, and a self-invested personal pension account. So basically, when I first started investing, I wasn't too concerned about being tax efficient. So over time I've learned that it's very important to be tax efficient, which is why I'm slowly switching my money from my general investment account without triggering a capital gains, and then moving it into my self-invested personal pension account so I can take advantage of the tax relief offered by the government at 20%. So what I've done just now, just before I started this video, is I moved some money from my general investment account to my self-invested personal pension account. So that was 3,871. So this is money that's come from my income. So I haven't taken into account the tax implications or the money that I'll need for my household bills, which is why I'm going to take that equivalent amount out of my general investment account, and then I'm going to eventually put it back into my bank account, and then do what I need to for taxation, and then do what I need to for household expenses, and then keep the rest. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm making moves to make my portfolio more tax efficient. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to invest this money, £3,871, back into Tesla. Then I'm going to sell an equivalent amount in my general investment account. And then what I'm going to do is I'm either going to continue doing this depending on my capital gains increase trigger. If I'm going to be triggered for any capital gains, then I'm going to stop. If not, I'm going to continue doing this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep on making this portfolio as tax efficient as possible. So let's do that. And then also what I'm going to do is I'm going to contribute another £100 into my self-invested personal pension. So the plan was to contribute at least £300 into my stocks and shares ISA or my self-invested personal pension account. Unfortunately, because I've had a few emergencies in my business, I've had to divert my cash or any income or earned income that I've had, and I've tried to repair these emergencies as best as I can. So I'm going to pause the contributions for the moment. But what's happened is today I received a check in the post for £100 for an incentive that I signed up for. Then I quickly deposited that into my bank account, and then I've taken £100, which I'm going to put into my self-invested personal pension account. So again, I'm not doing the contributions. I'm not maxing out the contributions, which I said I would, which is very, very disappointing. But what can you do? You just have to make moves, make the best moves that you can. So if you haven't got any money coming, try and make your portfolio as tax efficient as possible. When you've got money coming in, just pump as much money into your stocks and shares ISA and your self-invested personal pension. account. So let's do this now. So first I'm going to go into my self-invested personal pension account, and then I'm going to go into Tesla and have a look at how it's doing today. So today's kind of flat, so no real movement. Last 3 months down around 41%, max up around 405, but as you can see, like, it's off its highs. So it is, in my opinion, trading at a discount. And then we've got the robo taxes coming out in June in Texas, Austin, to start with. So, you know, hopefully that should start an upward trend. And if it doesn't, that's fine. I'm going to continue buying Tesla with any extra money that I have. So let's do this. So let's put a buy option. I'm going to select the entire amount, which is 3871.08, and that is 20.23 shares that I'm buying. So I'm going to have to sell 20.23 shares from my general investment account, so I can return it eventually back to my current account. So let's do this. And obviously, because I've made this move, I'm going to trigger a tax relief of 20%. Eventually that's going to come in to the SIPP account in about 6 to 8 weeks. So let me just quickly do this. So 20.22, I'm going to review the order, confirm the buy. So just to remind myself, 20.21, so 20.22 shares, and again an annoying £15 FX fee. But again, hopefully when I receive that tax relief, it's going to more than offset the FX fee. So that's done. So 20.22, that's the amount of shares that I have to sell. So I'm going to go into my GIA account now. So go into Tesla and then sell 20.22. So 20.21 shares. So I'm going to review the order, confirm the sell. Again, every time I do this, I'm making a I would say £30 loss maybe, but 30 or probably more than that. But obviously it has to be done, because making your portfolio tax efficient is very, very important. So that is done. I'm gonna have a look at the portfolio again now. So as you can see, I've got the 3833.79 in cash, and then my SIPP amount at 22,000. So I have to be careful with my SIPP as well. I don't want to over contribute, because I won't be getting the tax relief. So I know exactly how much my earnings are, and I know exactly how much contributions I can make to maximize the tax relief. So I know all of that. So I'm making moves according to tax implications, which is very important. So what's the next thing I said I was going to do? I was going to contribute another £100 to my self-invested personal pension account, and this time with that £100 I'm going to put it into MicroStrategy. So let me contribute some money. So when I contribute £100, I'm going to get an additional £25 tax relief from the government. So once I reach retirement and I start taking money out, I'll be taxed. My income will be taxed on any money that I take out. So the government is obviously giving me tax relief now, but when I do take the money out, I will be subject to income tax. So let me review the payment. So I'm going to continue to my bank. Okay, so something's gone wrong there. I'm going to try it again. Come on, Barclays, wake up. Okay, there we go. So that's created the payment summary page for £100. I'm going to continue. it's instant, these transfers, which are really good. You know exactly what you're doing. Then I'm gonna go back to free trade. So yeah, the cash is on its way, so that's done. So it's arrived now. That's excellent. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be going into MicroStrategy now, and MicroStrategy is trading around $308. Just only a week ago it was about 200, low 200s, I remember. So again, it's you know, how much was it? Let's have a look. 237 was at its lowest. So this is an extremely volatile stock, but you know, this is something that I believe in. They have a big holding in Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin is going to play, I don't know what kind of part it's going to play in the future, but it is going to be a key player like gold, which is why I'm buying as much MicroStrategy as I possibly can. So I'm going to put a buy order in for £105 and 75 pence. That's going to give me 0.4515 shares. So I'm going to review the order, put the order through. Okay, just sending the order through. So that's done. An FX fee of 0.41 and total cost of £105.58. So that's done. So MicroStrategy buy is complete. So just to recap, what have I done? The first thing that I've done is I've tried to make my portfolio more tax efficient. So I'm slowly reducing the amount in my general investment account, so I pay less capital gains tax, and I'm slowly increasing the amount in my stocks and shares ISA and in my SIPP pension account, so I don't pay any tax in my stocks and shares ISA account, and in my SIPP I get tax relief from the government. So that's the first thing that I did. I moved some money from general investment to my SIPP, and secondly I invested another £100 into my self-invested personal pension, and that triggered a £25 tax relief from the government, which is going to be paid in about 6 to 8 weeks time. And then what's going to happen is, you know, these moves are going to make the portfolio more tax efficient. So that's what I'm doing. Going forward, I'm trying my best to get my income levels up again, so I can continue investing £500 into my stocks and shares ISA. So, you know, it's disappointing that I've not been able to you know, do any like proper contributions. I know I've done £100 today, but my aim was to do at least 300. So I couldn't do that because of these unforeseeable events that have happened, and it's kind of like drained my emergency accounts, and I had to like go into these accounts to try to you know, solve these problems. So again, it is going in the right direction. Hopefully I can continue pumping money into the stock market, pumping money into the stocks and shares ISA, pumping money into the self-invested personal pension to make it more tax efficient, and you know, take it from there. So for anyone who's new to my YouTube channel, this channel is all about four things basically. So I've distilled it down to four things. The first thing is I'm a very long-term investor. So that's number one. So anything that I buy now, I will not sell for the next 5 years, and I will try to keep it for at least 10 years. So that's the first part of my strategy. Secondly, I'm a very aggressive investor. So what I do is I try to invest at least £300 into the stock market every day. And, you know, I've been investing £500 into the stock market for the last 4 weeks, apart from the last 2 days because of this emergency. And my aspirational amount is to get to £1,000 every day the stock market is open. So number two is I'm a very aggressive investor. Number three is I invest in very, very volatile stocks. So I'm making volatility my friend. So I purchase stocks like Tesla, MicroStrategy, and Nvidia, and these stocks can more than halve in value in a matter of days. or they can surge, they can 2x 3x in like a few weeks. So these are very, very volatile stocks, and they're not for the faint hearted. So that's number 3. And number 4 is I try to make the portfolio as tax efficient as possible. So that means maxing out my ISA, that means maxing out my SIPPs, and then anything that else that I have, put it in my general investment account. So always, so these are the 4 things: long-term investing, aggressively investing into the stock market every day, investing in highly volatile stocks, and making my portfolio as tax efficient as possible. So those are my strategy cornerstones, if you want to look at it like that. And my aim is to build a portfolio worth $1 million, and my time frame, I've given myself about 5 years to do that, but I'm projecting that I will get there in about 3.5 to 4 years. So before, just when we started this video, we saw the performance levels. So let me have a look at the performance again. So if you look at the max performance, you can see that I'm down around 40%. So suppose I made up all those losses and my portfolio went back to, like, 0 gains, 0 losses. So that would take my portfolio up to around $200K. And then if the stock market was to go on a bull run again and make higher highs for the next 4 years while President Trump is in power, then I'm hoping that it will, go to 400, 500K. And if I make contributions regularly, like the amount that I'm doing right now, then, then hopefully I should reach that 1 million mark by the time President Trump's presidency is finished. So that's the plan, and I'm going to be posting videos like this every day. So if you're interested, just keep on watching, keep on liking the videos, subscribing, and I'm going to be making videos every day. So hopefully, you find this entertaining, you find it inspiring or whatever. Just, leave a comment below as well. I have around 1,000 subscribers at the moment, just over. I'm trying to reach 2,000. So like and subscribe and join me on my journey, and go on your own journey as well. So that's it for today. I will catch you tomorrow with another video. Have a great day. Take care.